Yep, that's me. 60 and 61. Let's go. Woo! It's going to be a scorcher. This is a last minute plan. There was a plan to hike today. It wasn't a plan to go here. And then I had a whole bunch of other stuff. Thursday I wasn't on Friday. I didn't do anything. I wasn't going anywhere. I was supposed to do the laundry. Didn't do that. This is a whole big old long story. Make it really, really short. So I didn't do anything I was supposed to do, including picking the trail I wanted to hike to today. So I'm going to a familiar spot. And the only reason why I'm doing this is because I was startled out of my sleep. I usually sleep with my ringer off. It's old habit. We used to have like a regular landline in the house. And it was like my ringer's off. If anybody is important and wants to reach me, like if it's family, they would have called the house number. And also all the alerts and everything else on my phone. I don't need my phone waking me up. I forgot to turn it off. And 5 o'clock in the morning, I get shook out my delicious sleep from one of my daughters who texts me 5 o'clock in the morning about she's on her way home from somewhere she was going. So then I couldn't go back to sleep. I tried everything that I usually do, some boring history thing on YouTube, let that play in the background before I fall asleep, or do some other stuff, and that didn't work. So I got up and said, you know what, 7 o'clock, let me start getting ready. Unfortunately, it's 2 hours later, it's 9 o'clock, but I washed the dishes because I didn't do it last night, lazily. And bagged the garbage, forgot to bring it down and empty it. So, this is what we're doing. And I'm going to have to stop today and buy something to eat. That was it wasn't kind of planned because I was supposed to be doing the laundry and going to the gym today, not going to the hike. I was going to go to a hike the next day, tomorrow. But today is the way today is going to be, and I think it's going to be 93. So I probably won't get there. Well, it'll probably be about 80 when I get there. So hopefully by the time I'm done, I would have beaten the heat. But let's find out. All right. Ooh, excuse me. There you go again. Let's get out of here. I gotta say, out of all the cars I have rented, I'll even add over the years, even I used to do Avis, but since I've had to switch out of cars from various reasons, all the other stuff that's happened over the years stuff, this Chevy Blazer, I'm really impressed. I kind of like this. It's got enough room. It's about as small as a Rogue, but it's got enough room in it. So like body room. So it's almost like the Rogue, and not the Rogue, the Murano that I have. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Anyway, light's about to change. Hi, good morning. May I have a sausage, egg, and cheese on a roll?
Plain poppy or sesame?
Ooh.
Or sub?
Poppy.
Okay, what else for you?
That's it.
Sausage, egg, and cheese on a Kaiser poppy. Did you want it toasted?
Lightly toasted, yes.
Okay, it's going to be $7.09 the window, please.
Thank you. know what else I forgot to do since I didn't go out? Do what I was supposed to do? Get the gas.
Darkest days and there's smoke in the sky, getting higher, higher. I feel the weight of a million miles in the fire. And I've been on fire,
And we're off.
lost my way back home. Blinded from the light, I thought I'd be alright. My time has come, laying all of it down. I surrender. Find me in the open, all the good and broken. Nothing left unspoken. Oh, I am here, standing here. Find me in the open. Find me in the open. How will I know I'll be safer out there? What will I lose? Will I lose? When all is bare and my shield isn't there, can I trust you? Can I trust you? Find me in the open, all the good and broken. Nothing left unspoken. I am here, I'm standing here. See me in my wholeness. Healing is the closest. 'Cause this is where my hope is. Oh, I am here. Yeah, I'm standing here. Find me in the open. Yeah. Find me in the open. Find me in the open. Find me in the open. I've been on my own, lost my way back home, and been hiding from the light. I thought I'd be alright. My time has come, laying all of it down. I surrender. I surrender. Find me in the open, all the good and broken. Nothing left unspoken. I am here, standing here. See me in my wholeness.
Until I sat down to edit, I honestly didn't know how loud the forest was that day. It's interesting, when you're out there, you're so busy focused on other things that you're not paying attention to the screaming critters in your ears. Just like last week, I got water pouring from all over. I don't know if I can drink enough water today to replenish what I'm losing. Of course, there is also electrolytes and salt and stuff, but I'll figure it out by the end of the day. Okay, let's get through this. The only other bench is way on the other side. And maybe we'll talk again.
Introduzir você entre Cuba, Brasil e África. Cuba, Cuba, curerê, quiririri, ué, não. Cuba, Cuba, curerê, quiririri, ué. Cuba, Cuba, curerê, quiririri, ué, não. Cuba, Cuba, curerê, quiririri, ué. Mesmo que o destino, que a vida e a razão vá se refazendo, vá mudando a direção, a verdade é cega e a vida não leva não. Pesquisar sobre a ética, encontrar uma equação. Sonhos de um menino que pergunta os pais então. Uma vida é curta pra entender a dimensão. Você sabe que a festa, que tudo recomeça então. É profunda, é poética, vencerá o amor então. Cuba, Cuba, curerê, quiririri, ué, não. Cuba, Cuba, curerê, quiririri, ué. Cuba, Cuba, curerê, quiririri, ué, não. Cuba, Cuba, curerê, quiririri, ué. Brasil, Cuba, África, ui. Vou me definindo, entendendo a intenção. Sigo para o norte, vou vivendo a emoção. A verdade é cega e a vida não leva não. Pesquisar sobre a ética, encontrar uma equação. Cuba, Cuba, curerê.
I was not expecting this bench to be here. I totally forgot about it. Whew. Bacon, egg, and cheese. One word. Thinking of naming this episode. Let's see. Depends on what I see when I check the footage at home and start editing it. That was good. I was actually going to save it to have that little break my fast, have my breakfast with you guys. I do have grapes, so maybe when I get to the bench somewhere else, the one I was talking about, then I'll eat the grapes over there. Okay, bug flying around my ear. Remember a couple of weeks ago, a couple episodes ago, I was talking about how much weight I gained over that year and a half when everything was just going upside down in my life. Well, since a couple of weeks ago, actually a couple of months now, I lost 2.5 pounds, which is terrible when you're 62. I never wanted to get into my 60s and be this weight or be this heavy. You know, since I was a kid, my weight is always yo-yoed up and down. When I was a kid, I think I mentioned this before sometime. My mother used to put me on all these different fad diets when I was a kid. As she was going through all these different things, like Slim Fast when it was used to be just dirt. Yeah, and just a whole bunch of stuff like the coffee, but I've talked about that before. But the point was, the weight's always yo-yoed. But the thing I knew is that whenever I moved, and I keep moving, that's when I would lose the weight. When I was younger and I was in my teens, I danced all the time in clubs, sneaking into clubs. I was also doing karate at the time and running. By the time I got to Job Corps in my early 20s, yeah, I was like 20, it was about to be 20. So from 2021, I was on a boxing team. At that point, I was probably the heaviest I ever was, which wasn't that big. I'm like 5'8". And I was fighting a light heavyweight or heavyweight. I forgot what it was. I was 225. And so when I was talking about before, I was talking with the doctor. You know, she was saying, I said, I want to get to 200. She's like, you might feel a little too light. Okay, so we'll start at 225. I didn't think about what I said to her now, then, but I can think about it now. I'm talking to you. It's like that was my literal fighting weight, 225. But here's the problem that I'm having. When I first came down here to Tennessee, I was fasting 16 hours, 18 hours, right? Exercising, doing like Leslie Sesson cardio in the house. Went to the gym. Of course, I hiked every weekend. And I went down from 290 something because I had lost a ton of weight when my wife died. We were already on what's called the drops in weight, but I had gone up. So by the time we left to come here, I had dropped about 20 pounds. So let's just say about 15, 20 pounds. So I was like 270 something. Within the first few months of living here in Tennessee, I lost over 35, almost 40 pounds. So by that first summer, before I started working at that phone place, I was 242, 241. Now, I hadn't talked about the weight loss until like just last year with my doctor. All I had to do after that was do the math, 240 to get to 225. And of course, we all know what happened that following time. I tacked on all the weight. When I came down here, I was just a little bit younger than I am now. Now I'm 62 and my metabolism has already slowed down. And so now I was losing then an average of 3 to 4 pounds a month. It's been out maybe two and a half months and I've only lost 2 pounds. That's kind of sad. I'm happy I lost a pound, but it's happening too slow and not as much as I want it to be, especially now I'm moving into, I'm old now. But as I heard the comedian say, you know, when you're 50, you're like the freshman. I'm going to use that analogy from now on. Now I'm a sophomore. And things ain't happening as easy and fast as it used to be when I was 50. Anyway, what I've been sitting here for like 5 minutes, that's too long. I never rest for this long talking to you guys. All right, let me get out of here. That's the bench I was talking about. Whew. Where was I? Bacon, egg, and cheese. And what about the weight stuff? Admittedly, I am not out as much as I would like to do. Being that I'm a full-time cab driver now, I sit most of the day. So it's not like I'm in the office or I work in retail or anything else where even if I wasn't out or hitting the gym every day like I used to do, actually, as I started getting older, so I hit my late 50s, almost 60s, I started realizing even after hiking, because I started hiking at 54, Cheryl died when I was 53, so 54. So from 54 to about maybe 56, 57, like I would go to the gym and I could curl 160. Now I can barely do 40 without the pain in my elbows and everything else. So that's a short jump between that freshman old and that sophomore old, right? Sophomore, second year? Yeah, junior is junior would be 70 if I make it that long. But so just a dramatic change. But back then I even knew that I couldn't go like I was going before, which is like to the gym every day and everything else. I needed time to recover. And then after hike, it used to be like a day. Now my recovery time is like a day and a half, depending on how hard the hike is, for me not to be tired. And not so much the pain. I don't really feel that much pain as much. But it's just a recovery time from the body being tired. And going to the gym and lifting weights and everything else, you know, I start doing that 4 straight days or 5 straight days. And, you know, resting on Saturday or resting on Sunday, because Saturday I would go out and hike. So it's like 4 days. Saturday I hike, Sunday I rest, and Monday I pick back up, but I have a light exercise day or a light walk. But I found now that I have to go like every other day just to keep my body, so my body can recover as you get older. And that's just a part of life. I mean, you younger viewers, you younger people watching, it's like, you won't be young forever. And, you know, I applaud those people who hiking way up on the top of the mountain right now when they're young. Again, I didn't do this when I was younger. But, you know, you get it in then, because as you start getting older, it'll be a little harder to do that stuff. Then again, I started at 54, diabetic, arthritis, all that kind of stuff. And then heavier than most people. There you go, grapes, want some? So, I always take grapes. You wanna know why I like to take grapes? Water. Water, sugar, refreshing. Okay, this is getting long. Let me get back to bacon, egg, and cheese. One word. That's how we do in New York, bacon, egg, and cheese. Just one word. You don't split them up. The reason why I brought that up was that place where I picked it up this morning. I was gonna get a bagel, but half my teeth are gone. I got the holes in there, so if you ever listen to, now you're really gonna start listening to the voiceover, right? You can hear sometimes, and it's like a list or something like that. It's the air coming through the hole that's over here. This tooth broke while I was at Utah. The other one was falling apart since I moved here, trying to get to a dentist. And I know eventually I have to have them all out, because I'd rather have them all out instead of having this bridge taken out than have all these holes, have all these pieces you got to put in, then you eat, and it's like, you know what? I may do like my dad do and just say, just take them all out, just give me a whole set of teeth. There were just some things that New Yorkers do better, which is bagel. But that place is called the Best Bagel. They actually make the bagels, and they're really, really good. And I was going to get one, but I was like, you know, I don't feel like tangling with that. My gum was already bothering me. So then I just got it on the roll. Bacon, egg, and cheese. I will finish this later.
you all the glory. You put all my fears to rest. I bring to you my anxiety. Oh, I am forever blessed.
I guess it's gonna be a bit of a walk in the talk. Oh no, I'm out of breath. Lord. There are just some things New York City is known for and is best at. And the bagel is one of them. There have been a number of shops that claim to have bagels down here. Stop. Just stop it. This is one place called Epstein. I guess you throw the word Epstein in it. It sounds like a nice little Jewish bagel. You know, nice Jewish bakery from Manhattan. But no, Epstein. Oh shoot! I stopped on a hill and almost fell over. Epstein is a chain. I brought a bagel from there one day, and it had cornmeal on the bottom of it. It was an everything bagel, I think it was. But it was cornmeal on the bottom. I was like, the minute I looked at it, I pulled out the bag, I looked at it, I was like, why do I not smell the bread? I looked at it, I was like, oh man. I bit into it and said, really? Number one, yeah, you saw me trip, right? Talking to you, not paying attention to the ground. Number one, the cream cheese was disgusting. Two, the bagel was, I can't even explain to you the type of bread that it was, but it was not good. Hang on, going downhill. And when you look at the place, it says, real authentic Jewish bagel. Some of y'all know this, like Chinese people or Asian people in particular, just as a group, whatever food restaurant you're at. But this is definitely a Chinese restaurant. Chinese restaurants will sell you food that they don't necessarily eat at home. It's just a fast food place. I've gone to regular in Chinatown in Manhattan. Regular giant roots. Okay, let me pay attention. Going to regular family style restaurants, when you go down there and they bring you out the food that, yeah, it's definitely not what you're going to get at a Chinese takeout. Anyway, but if you don't know that, and if you come to places like East Tennessee or somewhere else outside of where you might really find these places condensed, like in maybe in LA or other places, big cities, where you might find a real Jamaican restaurant, they're probably going to find that in other places other than New York and like New Orleans and stuff like that. But it's like, we can sell you anything. You won't know what it really tastes like because you're not really familiar with that. Like, you come down here, everybody down here likes burgers and Mexican food. But is the food you're eating really authentic Mexican? So back to the bagel. I will never do this again, and I'm going downhill. So I'll talk to you when I get finished. Brought the bread, and for all that, for the same price, I could be having that for breakfast a number of times a day. So, but I knew I was going to buy something out, and I don't mind. I'm paying for their labor and everything else. And unless you're in New York City, where you find just, oh my gosh, a giant dip. Where you get a bacon, egg, and cheese, $2 to $3, depending on what corner store you go to. Now, what happens is when you get to places like this, and these people, these shops show up, what should have tipped me off was a whole line outside the door, and halfway down the block, well, we speak in blocks, halfway down the block, and it was packed on the inside with a bunch of, forgive me, white folks, college age, sprinkling a few little gray hairs and a few brown people, right? That should tip me off. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. Because what people like to do is go to places like that and feel like they're part of something, and you know, hey, we're getting a good experience, and wow, we're getting a real authentic Jewish bagel, or whatever the heck else they market themselves as. And it's all BS, actually. So I brought that and one raspberry rugula. Look it up. I don't feel like explaining it to you. Okay, it's a pastry. Tiny little pastry. Tiny. And theirs is maybe 2 inches, which is a little bigger, like having two of those together. That and that bagel was $15. Nope, actually I think it was 17. It was 16 something. Never again. You're not gonna catch me out there again. You got my money once, and I should have already known, but there was no prices anywhere before you order. And as far as I could see, and I was looking for it. And then you get in, and the bagel was toasted. Not only was it toasted, but it was all like crusty hard, so I was cutting up my gums. And folks, a bagel shouldn't be that way. Your bagel bread should be soft. It should be kind of thick, like you throw to somebody to knock them out. But it should be thick. Like, at the same time, when you toast it, it becomes a bit more airy. And if it's a good one, when you toast it, it don't get crusty and hard, like it's gonna rip off your teeth and everything else. But all these artisan shops is BS. So, back to what I was thinking, the first thought was, there are some things that New Yorkers make better than others. And that was enough of my rambling.
I bring to you my anxiety. Oh, I am forever blessed. Your passion is always chasing me. You are maker of all things. You are lover of all beings, my redeemer, bearing all my pain. You are Jesus, and I love to sing your name.
I'm gonna cut this one short today. This hike. Something else I want to check out. I have enough time to add it to this. Time for some water and push on out.
Oh, what can obscure the truth? My Father in heaven loves me. I dance in the pouring rain. You shower your love on every.
forgot how to pronounce the guy's name. I had it 1,000 times, and I look at it now, I can't say it to you. But if I'm correct, if I am, and that's the reason why I would come here, I found it very interesting. He was the one that brought the language and turned it into written form. Let's see if I can get inside and what happens.
It was around 1776, in what would become known as the Little Tennessee River Valley. Here, at the border between an ancient world and a new nation, a child was born. Sequoyah.
Oh, that scared me. I thought that was somebody sitting there. There's a burial ground out back of this museum. I didn't visit it today and said that I will come back because there's also a 1.5 mile walking trail as well.
Locked himself away, intent on creating a written language for the Cherokees. Tackling a challenge that had taken other civilizations hundreds of years to achieve. But there were so many. How could anyone remember them all?
That's it. You have to come and see for yourself. I'm going to stop recording and enjoy the rest of this museum. Wow. Well, that is it. What time is it? Like 3:30, almost 4 o'clock. I'm ready to go to bed. A longer day than I expected. But that's okay. I really had fun. Hope you did too. Anyway, I'm out. It's time to get some rest. Hopefully, Lord willing, I'll see you next time. Do I have anything else? Yeah, next time. So, you know what to do. like, click, share, and all that other wonderful thing that get the algorithms moving to get people to see this stuff. I'm going to try to squeeze up some camping into this limit. Wow. See, I'm tired. Into this limited series. Oh well. I've got a couple more days before I have to turn this car in, unless they extend it. I haven't heard any word on it, Cisco being fixed. But anyway, I'm out. I'm tired. I'm babbling. I'll see you whenever.
You are Jesus.